All right, man. It looked like the Detroit Lions were reportedly going to take Travon Walker if uh, Aidan Hutchinson was gone. Now, Aidan Hutchinson said that a month leading up to the draft that he was going to be the Jaguars pick, and that's what the impression that he was under until about a week before the draft, and they switched to Travon Walker. Now, we talked about the other day when he said that his arms weren't long enough. I guess that's why they changed directions and went with Travon Walker. Now both have tremendous versatility. Hutchinson, showing that he can drop in coverage and rush the passer and style it against stopping the run. I mean, Travon Walker so he can cover in space, rush the passer, get after the passer. I mean, everything. So they both were tremendous. They both were sliding the inside. It's just Walker was a straight freak of nature. Part of one of the best college football programs we've seen or teams that we've seen in a long time, especially that defense to be Pacific. So, but you know, big time. So I mean, obviously, when you get those Swiss Army type of players, dude, they may not always impress on the stat sheet, but just the little things they doing. It says the Lions would have drafted Travon Walker, and the Jaguars took Aidan Hutchinson. So it says Travon Walker, Aidan Hutchinson were going to be the first two players selected in 2022 draft, regardless of which one Jacksonville decided to take number one. According to Dave Paquette of Detroit Free Press, Hutchinson was the top player on Detroit's board, one spot ahead of Walker, who would have been the number two pick if the Jaguars went the other direction. We liked him. I liked him. Lions defensive coordinator Ty Wash said of Walker via. I don't think he's the defensive coordinator for line. Walker via Burkett, but I mean he was a big, physical, powerful player, and we liked him going into the draft. But I will say this: I love the one we got. Obviously, that's the natural thing to say. Hudson said earlier this week that he thought for months that he'd be picked be the Jaguars pick, and that the team decision not to draft him will stick with him forever. So through the first 11 games of respective career, Hutchinson has been a more productive player. You know, 5.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, earned Defensive Player of the Month honors for November, and Walker 2.5 sacks, 1 interception. Jacksonville is hoping that Walker makes some ground. I realize his lofty potential for now, though it looks like the Lions have the edge when it comes to pass rusher in Week 13. So that's pass rusher, overall football player. But we knew Walker wasn't a dominant pass rusher. He was a raw pass rusher, but he was a dominant run defender and an exceptional athlete. So to kind of solely to judge him off of being a pass rusher, I don't think it's fair. But hey, when you go number one, a lot of things ain't fair. Only thing with Stephen A. said the other day, only thing that's fair is the pigs at the fair. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just how you gonna use. I mean, you would have put Walker on the inside, outside. You probably, I don't know how they would have used him. I mean, would you just try to really develop him as a defensive player? That's the $1 million question. Do you try to develop him as a defensive player? A pass rusher, excuse me. Let him master that and then, do everything else. So I don't know, man. I think a lot of people didn't feel comfortable with the Lions drafting Isaiah Simmons out of Clemson a few years ago because he can do everything. And they felt that they didn't trust Matt Patricia or Quinn Tricia to put him in a position to be successful. So, I get that. It's just, kind of like, well, what they really going to, they probably going to mess him up. So Travon Walker kind of in a similar boat. In a real similar boat. So, but only time will tell. You can't judge this off 11 games, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is a career achievement. That's what it is, career achievements. So you can't judge this off a game at all, in my humble opinion. So, but Walker, man, potential. A lot of times you get up there and people draft potential, and they get you burnt. That's what happened to get you burnt. So, so you got to tap into that potential. You got to have a player that really want to go out there and do it, put the work in, not have the off-field distractions, none of that. And do the Jacksonville Jaguars got that with, with Travon Walker, and Aidan Hutchinson got that with Detroit. We got to wait and see. It's hard to control a kid with a lot of money. It's hard to control that with a kid with a tremendous amount of money. You just hope that they come from a good background where they can, where they can, continue to grow and they can have that structure. I remember J.R. Smith when he was drafted out of high school many years ago. His parents they made him buy a house for everybody. They stayed with J.R. Smith. They provided that safety net that you wasn't gonna mess this up. It's generational type stuff. So, but I think it's too early to say who got the better of the deal. They going to be great players. You never know. They both can be great. You hope both of them be great. Ain't no ill will towards Travon Walker. It sounded like he easily could have been a Detroit Lion. So obviously, a lot of people like to look at the corners that went. They are having exceptional years. Well, Stingley just got injured, but their pass defense in Houston is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So because he did it with Walker, Hutch, Stingley, Sauce, Thibodeau. Thibodeau seemed to be like the guy, because of the injury, that the weakest link. Sauce and Stingley having great years. Aidan have a great year. Kind of the Kayvon and Travon kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see, but it's a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, we drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.